That's what you're saying to me. Okay, you're giving me thumbs up, which is lovely. I might just wait a second or two. Yeah.
I'll help you out here, Frank.
It's okay. I'm just gonna wait. Just gonna wait.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Unknowing with Frank. Thank you for doing this, Frank. This is pretty epic. If you have any questions, you can post your questions on YouTube or on Facebook. Frank will read it. If you want to see, if you want to be able to ask a question, I have added a link there so that you can ask a question in person. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you, Emerson. Yeah, it seems to be that I've called this Unknowing, and I can't remember why exactly. I think it's this isn't about anything, which is awful, really. I think I would have always loved it to be about something. It's about outside. It's about this keyboard. As far as that's what I think is the unbelievably exciting thing to talk about. Now, it seems like it's just not something that's talked about. This phenomenality, this suddenness. It's not. It's the sound of my voice, and it's the creak in my chair, or it's whatever is now, and it seems like this is, for the most part, for the vast majority, this is the ordinary part. The part that's talking about this is the ordinary part. This is the story part is the good part, but the suddenness, this suddenness of what's happening seems. I mean, I just don't talk about it, I suppose. But days go by and life happens, but that life is happening. It seems to be, for a huge amount of people, not something that's worth talking about. It seems to be that this, what's appearing to happen, can be known. And I think that's either a felt sense thing that this is real, and what's happening is real, and hands are real, and the view is real, and everything is definitely real, and words are real. So when I'm talking, I have to be saying something. The idea that this is nothing, talking about nothing, but it's not a thing that's in nothing. It's the excitement of this happening. But I mean, there was a time definitely where I would have thought that this was boring to talk about, or, you know, to hear that it's just this. Why would anybody talk about just this? You know, and it's not just this, it's the edgy sound of a voice trying to describe itself talking, and that's the dancing, that's the unrecognizable recognizable, that's the woohoo. And it's not my woohoo or anyone's woohoo. It's that there is a woohoo that's possible. And you see, I have no idea what's going on. I can't see faces, but, you know, perhaps this ordinary hands for them is not anything special, and or it's beyond compare. It's incomparable, and it's incomparable, always incomparable. And it, you know, it may seem like I should be, you know, there should be a point that I'm getting to, but the point is in between and around, and what I appear to be saying. And somehow it seems that then there are a few that are interested in this, whether it's sick to death of a world of that advertises itself as noble, or whether it's absolute, whether it's whatever it is that is drawn to having this conversation. And it's a sharing is the best way to describe this, because if it appears like I know something, then it appears like I know something, and that's the way it is. And in the end, forgetting everything, I suppose it's a miraculous, stunning thing to hear that nobody is doing the talking and nobody's doing the seeking. And somehow there's a recognition that's no one that, what was always sought was seeking, the phenomenality of seeking. I mean, who would have told you that? Who could ever have told you that it's the seeking? It's that shit striving for this. Is it? Because it's never lost and it's never found is a beautiful way to describe the impossibility of something appearing to happen. And again, it's something appearing to happen, and it's something appearing to happen. I mean, it seems like the idea of, I'll answer anything about maybe my life. I suppose I can answer anything about that, but when there's nothing left to talk about, it's somehow exciting to talk about this, but it's not a thing. It's not mine, and it's not yours. It's not anyone's, and actually nothing. Jesus, nothing is being said, and in that, then maybe we can talk about this. That is forever it's forever a phenomenality. Yeah. I don't know if that is what I wanted to say. In fact, it's just the sound of what I'm saying, and not what I'm not really talking about anything. And I suppose that is the most exciting thing that I want to talk about these days. Yeah, it's it's the beginning and end of everything. It's this, even describing this as a nothing or an everything or a word or a fixed thing. I mean, we seem to negotiate this world through this language of getting somewhere, and so we somehow will try and strike a bargain even in trying to get to this unknowing, and this recognition that sees through it all. It's not even a recognition, and in the end, all the way life advertises itself, and everything that you'd ever hear would never even begin to touch this. And that maybe is the relief that for someone like me who would have wanted to know the world and know it and put it in a box and bound it in nice language and be able to come across as wise and say things, it is beautifully, stunningly, ordinarily without any of that. So inarticulateness and whatever comes out of my trapdoor is actually it. And whatever is felt there, what is the thing that I want to talk about is the phenomenon of how this is seen, of how this is seen. And yeah, it is exciting. So it seems like that is, there's a word called introduction, which is kind of funny, this idea of introducing something, and it fits the idea of that it's a thing being introduced, but this is also the introduction. And so Jim's question here is also all of everything. I'm going to read Jim's question out. I presume that's a thing to do. Is the contracted energy in the body? It's been deleted, so there's only Y, but I presume is the contracted energy in the body that results in the experience of the separate self, is that energy completely unreal, or is it a part of the appearance or arising? So I suppose what will come out of my mouth is that is more of a story being learned even about contraction and expansion. There are things that appear like that, I suppose, and I suppose there is that sense of real and unrealness with everything. So whatever happens and whatever you're describing there is real, but there's also probably a wish for that to be something that you're saying. And you see this idea of separate self and not separate self. You see, it seems like the only thing I'm going to say to that is that there is no self, and that's dissatisfying, Jim. Or maybe it's not, but if there is no self already, then the rest of what you're talking about there is a story, and I get where you're coming from with it. But what is coming out of my mouth is the real and unreal, which is a bit annoying. I remember being annoyed about real and unreal, but get rid of both words then, and there you go. Yeah, Jim, I don't know if it's harder when I can't see you or whatever. So that's just the response there. You might be able to clarify it if. Yeah, in a way, it's the end of all stories like that of the contracted energy. I mean, even that, like, it's, oh, can I get to be the uncontracted energy? I mean, I'm trying to describe what's coming up when you're saying that, I think. And so this idea, oh, thank you for the answer, right? There you go. It's everything already. Already the phenomenon of that question you've asked is amazing. How about that? That it is the question. It is in the question as in the answer. I mean, it appears like there is a question and answer, but it's the same sort of floating, the same sort of energetic movement. Yasmin is asking me, do you find any leaning into feelings or stories happening these days, as in realizing is just a thought, narrative, and yet it's worth leaning into whatever feelings that arise. See, if there was someone already, then they would stand apart from the thoughts, and they'd push away the bad ones, and they'd never get sucked into good ones. But already it's you. Let's just say that all of everything is all of the thoughts, all of everything is the sound of a voice, all of everything is that there is no one. So this is already total free fall appearing. So absolutely, there's probably getting sucked into some rah thought or some rah given out about something, especially in my case. But that's just how it is, as opposed to, and then if I'm to go and say, oh, well, that's another fucking story there, that's the same movement as getting sucked into the stories, because that's a story too. That's a story. So everywhere, everything is the story. This is a story, 1000%. This is a story, and even saying this is a story is a story, because what we are the language dreamers. Make it seems like there's meaning in words, but the meaning makers will make meaning out of any word, and some sound here will sound totally different to one versus another. But that's just how it is. It seems to be, which is annoying. Thank you, Yasmin. The story about the story about the story. Yeah, it's just rabbit hole into rabbit hole. There's rabbit holes in every age. That this is a rabbit hole is, there's an idea as a seeker that maybe this isn't the rabbit hole. Maybe at last I've found, but even magically, stunningly, this is the story. But saying it like that this is a story, almost gives the impression of dismissing it or saying, oh, it's just a story. So it's what it is better. It's what it is. So whatever it is, it's absolutely nothing is denied, I think that's fucking amazing, actually. Nothing is denied. Because there isn't non-duality, there isn't nothing, there isn't everything as things. Throw any word up in the air and still, woohoo, yeehaw. I suppose what I mean is that sometimes in the communication of this message, what is often said, it's all pointless, meaningless, worthless, or there is no one, but feelings seem to arise. You see, in a way, all these are just words, right? And so it appears like if it's dissatisfying what somebody is saying, so this idea of hearing that it's pointless, meaningless, or worthless, and then it's kind of like saying it's in the pointlessness that brings out the absolute beauty of it. So the glass doesn't have to be just a pointless glass. It could be just what it fucking is. There you go, Emerson. There's the first swear word. It can be just what it is. But when the brain can hear that in a way as opposed to being utterly liberating, like just what it is, without the gazillion stories, it can be just what it is. And that can appear as, and so there's no constraints of it to be a thing that's meaningful. So it is allowed to be as it is, but nobody's allowing it be as it is. So what's that? I mean, it's and even you see the brain. It's not the brain, but you really can. I mean, you can really go into there is no one, and the desire then is to still be somebody who experiences the no one, and hearing that something is pointless is, it can be liberating, or it can be heard as, oh, it's pointless. And so then that's another concept to take on, that now it's not total freedom, it's pointless. And that's another belief to take on. And good luck with that. See, go with that. That's what you want. Not that you want, but that'll be heard how it's heard, which is, that's just the way it is. It seems to be. Fully Empty is a lovely name. Sorry, Yasmin, I don't know. I've stopped answering your question. If everything is pointless, that statement is including in it that is the liberation of what nihilism does not see. Okay. It's a great name, Fully Empty. And that's, you see, liberation, nihilism, is, in a way, you can hear when the meaning drops out of words, they can be that. And somebody who has written a book on nihilism can talk to you about nihilism, and but here, liberation, it's not that it's, you see, if there's someone, then it would be pointless. This definitely is pointless for someone. Can't be just talking, has to be something to get from what we're talking about here. But in actual fact, like this is free. So whatever we're chatting about now, whether it's beer and carrot cakes or just this, it's yeah, I can see where nihilism and all those words, but I mean, that's how it's heard, I suppose. Sometimes that's the wonder of this. I mean, it's a wonder. Whatever, if I seem to be saying, look, the phenomenality is talking about, is using the words phenomenality. If I'm saying that, then, but if I'm also saying that actually what we're talking about is nothing, then the brain goes to, it's a grey nothing. But actually, it's the sound of. It seems like I'm saying it's the sound of my voice, but it's not as the sound of my voice. It's the trying to catching. The singer is singing about singing. So what do you do with that? It's almost an aberration to talk about it. It seems like it is because it seems like it's an it, but there's nothing excluded and everything is it. Fucking hands are going, look, bloody sake. Nihilism is kind of close to non-dualism in many ways, I find. Both non-dualism and nihilism say that meaning does not exist. You see, when there's no meaning, then when the meaning drops out more so, then everything seems to have meaning. When there's no one doing the negotiation with the words, then they're just what they are. So, sorry, I'm reading with somebody's. Nihilism is kind of close to non-dualism in many ways, I find, is Fully Empty saying. Both non-dualism and nihilism say that meaning does not exist. I suppose nihilism to me suggests that it's someone who cannot give a fuck. And what this is saying is that there is no one who can do that or not do that. I mean, that's totally dissatisfactory, but it doesn't seem to come out of my mouth in any other way. And I suppose what I'm saying, it's totally dissatisfactory. I'm having a conversation with that. Yeah. But, you know, I can see where you're coming from as well, I suppose. But it's just there is no one, so... So Yasmin is saying, yes, it is amazingly liberating. There is no one, yet there appears to be a body-mind. Oh, where is it? It's after jumping on me. It appears to be a body-mind doing what it does, and I guess feeling the feelings is part of all of it, of everything and nothing. There are feelings, nobody's doing the feelings. So the sense of feelings and the narrative that might come along with those feelings and my feelings in the sense that they're mine still all happen in total free fall. I mean, you see, if there was already somebody, this is the fucking killer. If there was already somebody doing those feelings, they would be and all day. And, you know, that's where they would hide in the cave to avoid any sort of, they'd be constantly negotiating. What happens anyway, a constant negotiating with feeling bad and feeling good. Imagine that it is equally feeling bad as feeling good. And when even that, they fall away. And so what you're describing is how it is. So if there appears to be a body mind, there appears to be a character who fucking waves his hands like this, then that's how it is. And equally going, look at stupid hands being waved. That's, you know, do you know what I mean? So it is how it is. So what you're describing is there's nothing wrong with what you're describing. It's just what you're describing, and that's how this is, apparently for you. But Fully Empty is, but it seems like nihilism doesn't turn on itself with everything is pointless. So you're left with everything is pointless. Non-dualism takes it full circle and says everything is pointless. You see, that's where, I mean, you could have an intellectual conversation with somebody about non-duality and nihilism. Unfortunately, in a way, even the word non-duality is another dead-trodden word, flooded with stories and meaning that, you know, wasn't tainted, not tainted, but tinged with so much, you know. So it's just ordinary being this, and now it's this, and now it's this. So what do you do with that? What story is to be told about that? Whatever story is being told, it seems. But it seems like the conversation about nihilism versus non-duality, well, I mean, it's not what I'm talking about. But I can see where you're coming from, but it's not what this is about. This is about before, about the stunning impossibility of somebody saying, or, you know, stunning impossibility that's happening out of nowhere, and somehow it's able to celebrate inside the words this idea that talking is happening. I mean, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. Somebody's put a thumb up. Meaningless is still dualistic. Yeah, I mean, it's still something to be safe with, I feel. I mean, in total free fall. You've nothing to hang on to, no safety. It's just that it's okay though, because no one needs the safety anymore. But it is lost at sea. It is dancing, getting all romantic now, but it is dancing alone, in aloneness. Yeah, nobody knows what's being talked about. Yeah, it seems like that's the thing. Yeah, A.V. Goldman's up to saying, oh yeah, nobody knows what is being talked about. And in a way, you see, in most meetings, it's already dead. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking and reading your comment at the same time. I was never a great multitasker, but this is in of itself. So it's however it is, whatever is being said. I was going to say something amazing there, but it's totally not coming out of my gob. It's the minions from Despicable Me. I love them. Yeah, it's everything and anything and whatever. It's whatever it is. Somehow in that there is this phenomenality, this suddenness, this excitement. It's impossible to describe excitement about excitement. About the word excitement, about just what is. Do you find that this message is sometimes taken as an excuse for avoiding everyday life by apparent individuals apparently misunderstanding it? Oh, look, there's no doubt about it that the person will take something out of this. It's impossible not. It seems to be, as long as there's someone in there negotiating with the world, always there will be something. So then they will say things like, they'll act like an absolute asshole and say nobody's doing it or something, or whatever. It's just. I think that can happen. I don't know. I mean, it's. It seems like increasingly non-duality is taken on as a belief system or something that you can have. I mean, that's the impression I get from what I see out there. It's yeah. Did you pop? Haven't heard? Tex Rex has asked me, did you pop? Haven't heard you talk like this before. Last talks I heard you were interviewing Tony, etc. It seems like I mean, it obviously, all I can say to that is that I don't seem to be seeking. But nor can I say that I found anything. It's just this beautiful, there you go, making it something. It's just how it is now, and however that is. So, I would have loved to be able to give you a brilliant story that Tex Rex about popping and booming all over the universe and exploding into everything. That would be wonderful, and but it just seems like all of that. I think maybe when there's no one, then that's not needed, or it's just there's nobody that can gain from any of that. So that's the killer. But then already there's no one, so that's the killer too. Don't you feel like reiterating traditional messages as if it was something new and don't you feel like reiterating traditional messages as if it was something new and revolutionary isn't a bit disingenuous? Yeah, I suppose it seems like I'm saying something there, and that's what you're saying back. So, know what to say to that. I noticed this will all players in this non-duality franchise. Okay. Non-duality franchise, yeah. Don't seem to have a reaction to that. I really, honestly, about that, like, I mean, I suppose you see, that's the impossibility. Really, what I'm talking about here is the excitement of talking. And maybe that's how it's kind of, I'm curious to see, is that a possibility to talk about? But I'm curious about that. There's a sort of an interest in, and a passion and wonder at the dangerousness of this. Fully Empty said, Frank, do you ever get tired of talking about this since it's so much gibberish and can't not even be captured in words? Do you ever feel like going completely silent speaking on this topic? Yeah, I mean, it'd be great if I could shut my mouth. I totally agree. I'd love it if I didn't say so much. That would be wonderful. But you see, in a way, I'm not talking about anything. So I'm talking about talking, and I just want to go, woo, woo. Anybody want to talk about talking? And that's really all I'm saying. I'm not talking about non-duality. I'm not talking about liberation or enlightenment or the beginning and end or everything and nothing. I'm not talking about any of those things. I'm talking about talking, and that seems like it's either like watching paint dry or kind of exciting. The beer taste beer. Amen, Glenn. Bring the beers in. This isn't a tradition. Sorry, there's what you were saying there. I've missed a few. Klaus Muller, unavoidable already. Yeah, it's already over. I mean, yeah, talking just happens, Yasmin. It seems to be that's how it is. It seems to be. Can you talk about Caroline? Hi, Caroline. Can you talk about the story of you popping? Did you say? You see, there's something in this that blocks out some words in this. So I've just got OGY. I don't know if you can read that, Emerson, of being on the cross and winking as your arms were being stretched out. I think you're talking about an experience. In a way, I suppose. All of these. I think I know what you're talking about there. Is all of these conversations in a way have a kind of an air of seriousness about when somebody is looking for something in the conversation. And sometimes, I feel like being surrounded by a gazillion real adults who know this real world, who have definite views, and everything is as it is, certain. And I kind of want to go, are we talking about, it's serious, isn't it? Again, everything is serious and real, and the plays, who gives a fuck about non-duality? Like, I mean, take it on board as a thing, as a way to go, if that's how it is. But there is nothing serious really. So I don't know if I'm asking Caroline the story of you popping. Yeah, you see, I could talk. I could tell you a story of this unwinding for 20 years, but it's just something I've noticed that I've said a few times. But it's an absolute story. I mean, it's a great story, but it still doesn't get close to the phenomenality of this. So, I don't really, I'm not answering you there, Caroline, exactly, but that's what I'm answering you as, I think. Yeah. Do you see what I mean, Emerson? By the way, the words are kind of it's like as if they're checking for bad words or something like that. Do you know what I mean by that? I can't hear you for whatever reason. I think maybe I need to bring you. It doesn't matter anyway. But I think you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. It's harder to read. It's like looking for a swear word. Yeah. Anyway. Leo the Lake. Love you, Frank. Thanks for all the great content. So this is it. No more seeking. Yeah, appears apparently. There's just no me that could pop. Amen. It's just, yeah. There's just no one. You see, when that's taken on as a concept as well, it's just another concept. I think when the meaning and knowing and language drops out of everything, everything's allowed, be anything. So I think that's a wonder. The wonder is in unknowing, but it's nobody's unknowing. Who did you resonate with most? I definitely had never heard anybody write the sentence, "there is no one," until I read it somewhere on Amazon, and it was in relation to Leo Hartong's book. So that was Leo's book, and I met Leo a few times, and Awakening to the Dream, and then Tony's Rock and Roll, and Kenneth is amazing. I suppose TP was the first that I came across in a meeting, and I just remember going, what is going on here? Yeah, Carla, that word is not still coming in. Glenn J. So I'm going to try and click on Glenn J here and see what's happening with that. Glenn. And Caroline, the word is still blocked out. Analogy, I bet you is what you're saying. Glenn, can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Hey. Love the beard. You're like you're out at sea. I can't hear you though, so I don't know what that is. Sorry, dude. I can't hear you. I can just about see you. Can you hear him, Emerson? No. Okay, so it must be something on his sound then. Yeah, still can't hear you, Glenn. It's nice to see you though. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. He's just there. He's okay. So you're coming in, Emerson.
Hi, Glenn. Do you have a question? You can go ahead and ask a question. We can't hear you.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. I can't hear you. Oh, no. Glenn? Yeah, Glenn, I can't hear you, dude.
All right. We'll go to the question then. That's okay. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
if you want to type it, Glenn, at least you know, I can. So I'll just take him off air. Will I like that? Yasmin has asked, does the contraction still arise sometimes for the apparent you or not at all? See, contraction and expansion is just more a story in a way. You know, there's just nobody doing anything, and that's the mystery. That's really all I can say to that. There's nobody doing anything. So I can't hear you, Yasmin, so I don't know if that... Text Rex, a lot of people are living in a lot of fear in these times. In the non-dual world, does all fear of the future vanish? You see, anything can happen and anything is possible. So fear is happening, and that's what's happening. And there's nobody wishing that that's not fear anymore. But really, maybe the psychological fear you know, collapses. But then frustration can happen. Anything can happen. It's just nobody's doing it. Like, I mean, that's the end of it. So fear may happen. Nobody's doing it. It's not a problem then. It's just fear, and there's nothing behind it. It's just fear, just frustration, just happening, just words. So Yasmin is clarifying, not in the sense of you doing anything, but is the sense of a contracted energy still arising at times. See, it just seems to be impossible that if I go into that, I go into a story about that, and see what I mean. It's impossible not to get sucked down these rabbit holes of contraction, and as if it's a good or a bad thing. There is, all I can describe is the total freedom that's not anybody's, and it includes every tiny possibility. It includes everything. It's boundlessly free, annoyingly what it appears to be, however that is. And so, you know, anything is possible. Loving it, Frank. Great to hear you talking after the pop. I watched the crazy apparent journey of Frank and love the typical way of expressing this. Cheers, David. Has the me fallen away for you? There is no one. Can't fall away for anyone. There is no one. This is the impossibility. If already there's no one. So you see, it is kind of weird with the questions. You know, you don't know what's in it. You know, sometimes a question can be asked out of just a question, and then there's a question to try and kind of get somewhere. And in a way, in that question, sometimes maybe that, you know, there's a want to keep the question, to want to keep hold of that question, to be something, and because there is no answer. But I mean, it is the question. So there's nobody doing anything. So there's nobody now doing this talking. Just so dissatisfactory, but it's also stunning. I mean, it's just, I would have loved to have been able to, especially after interviewing, apparently, to be able to come away with, you know, something, to be able to go, whoa, look, I've got something brilliant that I can share to give to you, and rah, 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 rah. But wouldn't that be just absolutely horrendous? Wouldn't it be also, I mean, this is saying already it's over. Already it's in the mystery of seeking. Already it's in the gift of something happening, in the gift of seeking, in the gift of somebody answering. There's no difference between the question and the answer, but it seems like my fucking trapdoor is talking loads more. I can't hear anyone else. Anyway, Has anyone fallen away from your communication? Oh God. It's not my communication. And it's not a communication. And there is no one. So how's that? How's that for a cup of tea? Do you wanna have the chat now? We just talk about talking and woohoo! Potatoes and beer. And women. There is nothing. Appearing is everything. Is there even nothing? You know, there's whatever is appearing to happen, including anything. See, in a way, it's not that I have a problem with saying there is nothing. It's just that there is nothing and everything at the same time. It's full and empty at the same time, and it's not a thing. Do you know what I mean? It's not a thing that it's nothing. So it's not this gray, mushy nothing. It's a pressure for it not to have to be anything. So it's just what is, and it's just what is, and it's just what is, and it's just what is. Carbs and shit. Yeah.
It's sex.
Carbs and sex. Thank you for that, Avi and Emerson. Carbs and sex. Oh, Michael, there you go. Hey, Michael. How lovely. There you are. Lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you.
Yeah.
It's nice to hear your voice.
Nice to hear and see yours. Yeah.
We were talking on another group about how you can't hear your own accent.
No, except when I'm editing and I just want to go, oh God. I prefer a southern drawl or another's accent, like Antonia's lovely accent. Yeah. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. It's an expression from an old BBC TV program. Lovely to see you. Well, I can't remember it.
It sounds like we're talking in a canyon here. I'm getting an echo that it's not unpleasant. I think the fact that we can't hear our own accent says a lot.
Yeah. It's the wonder of wonder. How is it wonderful to be interested in wonder? Not even that, but I was describing this morning of dancing in your own dance, and somehow, but even that, is, yeah, you can't see yourself, and yet look, you can't hear yourself, but hey, listen, you can't catch yourself, but hey, catching.
Are you getting?
Doesn't have to go on, yeah.
Are you getting an echo?
Echo of the whole. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. Thank you, Carolyn. Nice to see you. To see you, nice. Yeah.
I didn't really have anything to say. I just wanted to see your face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's lovely to see you. I think in this is something lovely about faces and the and the sound.
I'm gonna sign out now, but
all right.
I just
big hugs.
Bye.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. I don't know how to sign out.
Oh, I'll kick you out.
Okay.
Ta-ra. Nothing and everything, yeah, Anita, yeah. It's wonderful that you can never get close and you can't go far away. You can't touch it, and it's in the sentence. It's you can't touch it. That's, oh wow. You can't get it wrong, and you can't get it right, and it's not an it. Mm-hmm. Mm. Laughter seems to arise more often, Yasmin. Yeah, it's not serious. It's the one thing you can't fuck up. It's not a thing, you see. So, I mean, it's a wonderful relief, I suppose, in that sense that can't get it wrong. Michael has asked me, have your nighttime dreams changed after the shift in perspective? Unbelievably ordinary is what I would say. Unbelievably beautifully ordinary, if that is, that's maybe I would say, that's what I would say to that. There, you know, although I was swimming, I was flying over the sea the other night and baby whales tried to bite my ear and then got caught in my ear. So I could bring you in, you know. Anyway, that's, God, if we start talking about dreams, it's going to get, sorry, I'll bring you back in, Michael, if you want. I brought you back in there, Michael. Anyway, you're gone. I think you're off. I'm just gonna, okay. Caroline, nothing is serious, not even your parenting. Do your children notice? Oh, nothing is serious. Even trying to be a good parent is not serious. The idea of that, or not fucking up, or if it appears that, oh, shouted the other evening and then there's regret appearing about that and then making up about that or tackling that. Everything is just bump, bump, bump. So, yeah, being a dickhead parent is comes with the territory, that's for sure. Is it then just potluck if we pop? You see, you don't pop, Caroline. It's already over, Caroline. It's already over, Caroline. You're not writing that, potluck. And good luck with giving up seeking and not seeking. Let me know how you get on with both of those. I advise you to do both. Give up seeking and keep on seeking. How's that? Yeah. It's all good. You can't do it wrong. You're not doing it. Clearly, you're not done seeking because waiting for this meat pop thing. Yeah, I suppose nobody's doing the seeking, Avi. And so then if the seeking stops, that'll be how it is. Apparently, seeking won't be happening anymore. Yeah, man. I'd say you're best to switch off that, what you call it, Michael, if you're getting sounds, just delete it or come out of it maybe, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny, like when you hear things like, it's so attractive when you hear things like waiting for the meat to pop, because it can still appear like, something can happen. It's another way of saying liberation, and it's another way of talking about getting something that, it's just this movement that appears to be happening. Amazing that it's happening, appearing to happen. That's No, it definitely doesn't make sense. Yeah, AV is something to have. My end, it already doesn't make sense. Yeah, it's definitely nonsensical to hear that confusion is it. It's definitely nonsense. I mean, it's also what it is, though. It's also just. Hard to point to the wordless with words. Yeah, it seems like you enter the story immediately. Once the words begin. Once you want to open your mouth for a second, as long as if there's someone, then there's be meaning in the words. But that's not a problem. It's just how it is. Okay, John is here. John, you might have to click on a camera, and yet fun to try. You can't help it. It's not. It's just try and it'll happen or it won't. All of those things. It's all happening by itself. It's the kind of impossibility of describing that it's the kind of impossibility describing. Do you know what I mean? It's impossible to describe the words. It's impossible to describe the words. It's already too late. It's already so trying and this and. But I suppose something here and there is no one is phenomenal. It's phenomenal. Either it's dismissed utterly as, or there's something about it that attracts. That's another possibility too to describe. Okay. It's too late, it's too close, it's too near, it's too far, it's too up, it's too down. All the while there's an it's. And it's just what it is. Just how it is, however that is. And that's somehow miraculous. Just Miraculous makes it sound special, of course. Take it as it's a load of potatoes and carrots and beer then, or whatever, or nothing. Silence. Yasmin said, I had a nighttime dream about nothingness years ago, and to this day it's hard to describe what appeared, but it was utterly beautiful and free. Yeah, empty and full. It is okay not knowing this when it's apparently not okay. That's okay. Glenn has said, it is okay not knowing this when it's apparently not okay. That's okay too. Yeah, I think if this could be known, if this could be a thing that could be known, enter hell, as far as I'm concerned. If it was a thing that could be known, that could be bound by something that comes out of this trapdoor, or if it was a thing that could be held and had, if it was a thing. So somehow knowing and not knowing all dissolve into unknowing. But it is how it is. There's, yeah, it's annoying. And it's impossible. Because we're not talking about anything. You see, I think as well, somehow, if there's someone, then it seems like there's something being talked about. When there's no one, it's just sounds, and somehow conversations appear to happen, but we're not talking about anything. And this is utter simplistic and already known. So it's in not hearing this as in hearing this, it's in seeking it as in not seeking it. It's just annoying to hear that, but it's the only love that I can speak of. If you want to say it's love, to say that if it appears like seeking for this is happening, then all that ever is going to be said, that is all of everything appearing as that. And that is total love, that seeking. Appearing as that. This isn't again. I mean, even saying that is a load of crap. Like, you know, do you want to talk about talking appearing to happen? That's about. God, I've said a lot for saying nothing. Can you stop talking for 2 minutes? I need a toilet break and don't want to miss this gold. For fuck's sake. This pure, utter gold. Yeah, no, Caroline, you're going to miss it when you go to the toilet. It's going to, that one sentence that's going to unlock the key to the universe and explode you into everything. You're going to hear it, and, you know. And yeah. Miraculously, this is the introduction. And this is the introduction. Oh shit. How shit is the introduction? How shit is here we go. There we go. I'm not. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, Anisha's trying to come in to this live stream. I don't know. There's a link. Emerson might be able to share the link. Apparently, you click on the link, Anita, but don't know if it works from Facebook.
Hi, this is a link that is below you there, Anita. Go ahead.
Yeah, perfection, not for me, not of me, is the greatest. Yeah, I don't know what that word is. Frank, is it two? It's 2 stars in between there. What would that be? I was never good at it. Do you know what that word is? Doesn't matter.
Somehow.
What's the story? So, okay, they get rid of W or HO because of right. I understand. Perfection, not for me, not of me, is the greatest somehow. Yeah, somehow. Yeah, perfectly, immaculately, imperfectly, perfectly perfect, perfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect, perfect. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah. Everything's okay. Even not okay is okay. did everyday life change in any way? The way you relate to people? I suppose the idea of relating to people has kind of collapsed a little bit. Could I say collapsed entirely? Yeah, relating to people seems to, you know, trying to meet them or negotiate or play games or all of that seems to be way, way, way less. I wouldn't say for definite if it was gone, but it just seems like all of that is gone, all the negotiating with how things are, and an openness, you know, the idea of friendship or friend and not friend, or my friend, that's my friend, all of that's gone. Still a dickhead, still act like a dickhead, still everything. It's just, that's how it is. The big bursts of energy, the all of the things. Making something out of nothing there again. Just yeah, the relating to people is collapsed, and life just is how it is. So it includes everything. You don't need to go anywhere or be anyone, or all the ideas that come with that, all the pressures of that. Life's just how it is now. Is it more of a fresh, new?
With those, it's the angel again.
Sorry. Say is it more of a fresh new meeting with those close to you, for example, with less of a story? The story is not there. Is not there. But you know, I know where you're coming from, because I know it's lovely to imagine it to be otherly than it is. The beauty is that it can be exactly how it is. So that might include some story about some person coming up when I meet them. I don't know. You see, I know there's a desire for it to be otherly. Let's just say life as it is plentiful. Yeah, is unbelievable. But again, all of that makes it seem like it's otherly. It's exactly how it is now. And so when the Yasmin, then that energetic movement just is not happening, let's just say, and seeking is over, you might be able to say, then it'll just be how it is. So however it is, so I could tell a story like I'm telling a story about anything and everything, but I kind of just stutter with it. I kind of go, oh, and I find myself, you know, there's nothing to be said, but it's still, that's unimaginable, because it makes it seem like it's otherly than how it is. Just somehow there's a joy with how everything are, and even there I'm talking too much. I'm making something out of nothing there. It's just exactly how it is, Yasmin. Exactly how it is now. Nothing changes. There's no benefit in this for anyone. There's no gain. It's over. Klaus Muller has said it's already the case. So however it is, nobody's asking that question there. Nobody's doing the thinking. Nobody's doing the wishing for that to be otherly. Nobody's, you know, trying to imagine this idea of being a nobody and imagining that, you know, it's this total freedom. It's total freedom to be how it is. The freedom is inexplicable, and it's not a freedom. It's just how it is. Just sitting here. It's just sitting here, yeah, sitting here, and apparently that's a way. It seems like a way to describe this floating in the forever after, this timeless happening. You know, sitting here seems to be okay. Oh, we're sitting here in time and space, and it's real. It's almost, you know, cuts into, it makes falling forever in the forever after safe by saying it's sitting here. It's a way to describe something happening. And falling here is not a way to describe something happening. It's just something happening. It's just sounds and talking and however it is. Just however it is. See why people clap and people ring bells and in loveness for how things are. Tantrum arising, that's just, oh yeah, Jesus getting contrary happens. Quick snap, beeping horns and everything and anything, you know, the nice guy thing. An idea of being a nice guy, you know. The idea of being someone and not fitting that and all that. It comes with the pressure, the stress of being someone, or you have to be someone. I mean, the freedom of this is we're not talking about anything, and it's a sort of sharing. It's not a communication. It's not a message. Fucking hell! It's not anything, and yet somehow seems to be, you know, it's like kind of cheering for cheering. It's not for a reason. It's not for anything. This is not for anything. And so then the pressure is off it's off. It's the relief that nobody's doing anything. Nobody's doing anxiety. Nobody's doing fear. Just how it is. Just. And it can be anything and everything. So nothing's denied. So whatever's been said, felt, heard, touched, thought, wished for, dreamt for, sought. If there was somebody in the first place doing any of the seeking, they'd have a spiritual, beautiful six-pack. They would only say stunning, wise things, and they would be filled to the brim of wisdom and peace and bliss. So, and Nita is coming in here. Don't know if the camera thing is working, Emerson.
Hi, Anita. If you can, there she is. Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, Anita.
At this moment. So, hi, it's live streaming about nothing.
Not. Anita's gone. Just like that, look. See, somebody popped. Can you describe what it means by all is empty and yet full? Can I describe what I mean by that? In a way, say here, it sounds like there's loads of things being talked about and questions being asked and a whole description appearing to be said, and yet so it's full to the brim with the sound, and yet empty, gone, just full and empty. Yeah, it's beyond the mind. Lisa's back. It's do I have to click there? Let me see. How's that working?
Oh.
Hi, Anita.
Hi, it's good to hear you.
It's good to hear you.
Yeah. So I'm using the laptop for my work, and I can't put on the cameras.
Okay, I can hear your voice. I can hear your voice.
Yeah, it's good to hear you.
Yeah, it's lovely to hear a voice. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. You know, a lot of times with these meetings, I love the energy that is felt with these meetings.
Yeah, I love the sound of your voice. Floating. It's full. Mm.
Mm. Mm.
See, it's lovely that it's not even. It doesn't have to. It's not even a meeting. You know what I mean? It's not anything. It's just somehow sounds mixing in with its mixing around somehow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm just sitting on a couch. The cat is laying down on the table. It's a lovely cat.
Yeah. Who would have thought? That's the miracle. What are you having to drink, Anita?
Yeah. Maybe it's time to drink some tea, make some tea.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where are you now? Are you in Sweden or
Dublin, Ireland.
Dublin? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Uh-huh.
Where are you?
I'm in the Netherlands,
Ah,
in Friesland. I was in Ireland in 2010, and I loved it very much. It was beautiful.
okay.
Yes, great. Also very open people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really great. I was also at the Burren. It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm,
Mm. It was beautiful there.
yeah. Yeah.
I was at a camping site at the coast, and on one side there was the moon, and at the other side there was the sun going down into the water. It was amazing.
Mm,
There are
yeah.
also people on the chat. So Caroline,
Yeah. I'm going to bring in guest 4 here and we see what's happening. I can't see a name, but I'm going to bring him in, Anita. See what happens. Oh, hey. Can you hear me? No. Hi there. I don't know if he knows that he's on camera, so maybe. Do you know if you're on camera? I see 2 eyes coming at me. Okay, Emerson. What's happening? I'm just gonna.
Just loving this. Loving
Yeah.
the
I bring in Thierry and we'll see what happens. Get a bit of anarchy going here. Hello, Thierry. Can you hear? Oh, hey. That's a lovely clear camera. How are you getting on? Can you hear me? I can see you.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
Yeah, I can hear.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm in LA.
You're in LA.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. A bit crazy everywhere, yeah. I think it's always crazy. You know, we like to believe it's more crazy, but I mean, I find myself saying it's crazy. I remember my dad saying it's crazy, and I think I'm just coming of age where I just go, oh, the world is crazy. It's always crazy.
There's a crazy delay though. Like 30 seconds.
Oh, because I can hear you.
Okay. It's
And
the return to me is very delayed. It's weird.
how's that?
No, I can hear you real time, so to speak, but like mine, I can hear myself delayed. It's really odd.
Oh, that's kind of annoying. I know what you're saying. Yeah. You can hear yourself.
So how long have you been chasing your tail? For me, it's been a long time. It's really crazy, you know? I must have started chasing my tail when I was, I don't know, like 10 years old or something.
Yeah. Okay.
It didn't happen, I guess.
You're not chasing your tail.
No, I don't. I get that. I get that.
Do you? Do you get it?
Yeah. Well, I don't. I don't know.
Yeah, there's no getting it. You see,
No.
it's in saying I get it and I don't get it. It's in
Yes.
whatever you're saying. It, as that, it's everything.
Yes.
So it's your it's
Yeah.
that's what it is. How's that? There, I've nailed it finally. It's it's inarticulate, Frank. That's what it is.
But you have a gift with words, which absolutely don't have. You know, I don't have that at all. You're doing great.
Yeah. But so you're saying you're seeking. That's what you were saying. Is this? I don't know.
I think I'm done. I'm not. I don't know. I can't really talk about this. I don't know. It's difficult. I really can't begin to. You know, once you know everything you think, it's basically bullshit. I mean, what can you say? It's just a bit, right? I mean, anything I say is just not very good, and I'm no good at poetry at all. So, what is there left? Right? I can't really.
I suppose you see sometimes there's a musicality in it just not having to be anything or say anything. You know, it's just when I see nobody's talking there in this phenomenality, in this suddenness. So nobody's saying I'm struggling with the words. Nobody's saying that.
No.
And it's not nobody who is a person who is nobody. It's this empty chatter. I mean, you even drop the idea of having that it being a this. That sounded like I tended to do something there. So, anyway, it's just what is. So, it's this.
Yes.
It's not a this.
Anyway, I don't want to take too much of your time.
Yeah, you're not taking any of my time. I mean, this is in a way, in a way it is a sharing. So it's it's whatever it is, however it is, whatever is happening.
Yeah, I don't know. The only thing how can I can't. I have a really difficult time with words. Basically, you stop owning anything, right? So once you stop owning anything, as you said, basically there is what there is, and as it is, and it's difficult to explain, and you just know that you're just not there. It's not there.
You see, in a way,
story, basically, right? Everything anything that story of somebody being there is just not true. It's just not true.
You see, perhaps when there's somebody, then there's something to talk about, and there's a thing that can be expressed well, or there's a thing that can be expressed badly, but this isn't a thing. And like the idea, the owning, I suppose, is nobody owns how things are put across. Nobody owns speaking correctly or speaking badly or speaking however they speak. Nobody owns that. But perhaps there's some sort of freedom in the awkwardness, in the not awkwardness. It pervades through it all. And there's somehow this dancing recognition. It makes it seem like there's a recognition, and it's just recognizing. It's already like, yeah, I don't know if you're looking for something, you see, so I don't know. I don't know what you're saying, really. I don't know what I'm saying either, so.
I don't think I'm looking for anything. I think that's the good thing, I guess.
But you see, in a way, then that's why having meetings, and it seems like there's something to be said. There isn't anything to be said.
Yes.
That's it. So there's no, but somehow you might find that somebody asks you a question and you go, blah, 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 blah. But for the most part, there's nothing to be said. And in a way, that's the beauty. There was always an idea that somebody knew something, even if they were saying there's no one, even if they're saying it's already how it is, and that's phenomenality. That was always missed for a story of liberation and the story of attainment. That was always missed. But in actual fact, there's nothing to be said. And yet, look, whoo, talking about nothing.
Yeah, no, it's there, which is, that's the incredible thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a woohoo for no one.
Yeah.
It's like, woohoo, woohoo, whoa, or it's whatever it is. It's.
I can't even understand how I got there. I mean, I just don't have the slightest idea.
You didn't.
I mean,
you didn't get there.
I know.
No there. God, I would annoy it. It's so annoying in a way, isn't it? Like there is no there. There is no getting to this suddenness. This is the introduction. There's been no meeting. There's nothing happening. You could. That's better. I was saying to Wooter that if I could bark, maybe that might say I could bark or roar, but it seems like
You have dogs, right? You have dogs, I think. You have a dog, I think, no?
I do, yeah. Bunny. I do, yeah. Bunny.
You're very helpful.
I get Bunny. I get Bunny to sit here.
Oh, bunnies too?
Bunny Tyler.
Oh, really?
Bunny Tyler dog, yeah.
Okay, well, I don't have anything to say. I'm sorry.
Wow, that was brilliant.
Yeah.
Is it not brilliant?
Yeah, no, totally.
That's amazing. We had the best conversation ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Maybe someday I'll be back in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yes, it'll be good.
Well, listen, maybe I'll come over to LA.
Yes. It's too crowded here.
The motorways.
Yes.
Yeah. Still, you got nice weather.
Not today, actually, which is a bit unusual, but okay.
All right, dude. Thanks, Emil.
Yes, I'm gonna stop hogging the the bandwidth.
Okay, I've got this button. I can kick you off. Let me see. Woo! Get used to this. So maybe the reason Shakespeare could write all that stuff was because he knew that there's nothing that can be said, and yet somehow, boom, talking. Yeah, somehow talking happens then. Nothing to be said, and yet, look. Nowhere to go, and yet, look. Nothing to do, and yet, woohoo! Somehow it's being done. Much ado about nothing. Yeah. Where's Bunny? Bunny's downstairs, Evie. It's Bunny. I don't think she'd be too impressed if I called her Bunny. Her being a golden retriever and all that. Yeah, if she took things personally. Do you know who I am? I'm a golden retriever. How dare you call me a bunny? V, sorry. Evie. V. Bunny is a great name for a dog. Another great name is dog. Yeah. Did anyone ask a 5 Mio question? Nope. Smoked toad. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I would not recommend it either. Did that experience play an important role for you in seeing this? It was absolutely crystal clear that it was in spite of all the things that I thought that I was doing. It was in spite of taking psychedelics. It was in spite of going to all the meetings. It was in spite of because nobody was doing that, and nobody was. Yeah, so it was in spite of. You could say, you know, that yeah, you could say, you could tell a story there about going to the ends of the earth to find that you were already home. But that's just an attractive idea that people like to have. People talk about seeing this, but it is this. It is. There isn't a here and this. So there isn't a here that can acquire and a seeing of this. It's already this. It's already already fucking this is boring, but it's already in as and of everything. So that's the problem with the idea of psychedelics. They're totally perfect for somebody seeking to find, and because perhaps there's a glimpse, or I don't know if there is or not, but but all that it's more acquisition for the person. That's what. And it was clear to me that after doing it as well, that if somebody came along and said to do 10 MEO, that'd be it's not quite 5 MEO. That's nearly there. 10 MEO will really be the one, and it's always forever. Can you describe the time as a seeker and the frustration that seemed to arise in you? I was absolutely convinced that I could find something, and that there was somebody that could give me the answer. I was absolutely convinced that there was an answer, because I was absolutely convinced that I was doing all of that, and I suppose the end of all of this is the dropping out of the controller, and that's where you can go around the houses, because that's the impossibility here, that there's nobody doing the seeking, there's nobody taking psychedelics. That's why nobody can realize this. That's the end of that's the impossibility, I suppose. And it's not impossible because it's already the case, but it's impossible when there's the movement, and yet it is the movement. So the frustration, I mean, frustration, yeah, I'd have to, frustration, sure. I mean, if you want to know the answer to that, go and look at some of the podcasts of me trying to get it. You'd see frustration. You'll see it in its loveliness. I won't be watching it though. So I don't know, Yasmin, if that. I could go on, and sure, it's a story. It's much like any story. I mean, cheers, love talking about talking, yeah. In the end, that's what this is like. It's talking about talking. It can appear like, I don't know how it appears. I know as a seeker, I believe there was something in this, but really what the only thing that I seem to want to talk about is just, and and I can't talk about that because it is in the, I can't talk about that. It's in the everything. Whistling and barking. That Frank fella. He is pure wise. He whistled and barked, and then boom. Yeah. Anyway, Jesus, man. Oh, Cheery back on. I'll click and see what happens. I don't know if Thierry wants to, if came back on or didn't. Do you know, Emerson? Yeah.
Hi, Terry. I'm not sure. Maybe he just.
Yeah, I thought
There
I
he
saw
is.
him popping up.
I'm just sitting in the background.
Okay.
I should be working.
Yeah. See you later.
See.
Benjamin Barry, how come you've turned into an anti-vaxxer? I hear you're an anti-vaxxer now, Father. Okay. That's what I am now. Brilliant. I'm that. Yeah. Beautiful, joyful, fun, wonderful. Thank you, Maria, and Yasmin, and Benjamin, and Glenn, and Caroline, everybody. Do you ever see that in Father Ted? I hear you're a racist now, Father. Does that mean we all need to be racist? He's talking to a priest. Father Ted, this show on RTE. Yeah. Father Ted does know. Thank you, Anita. So it's all just one big mystery. So even mystery dies. Love dies. Everything dies. And yeah. Because then you see some, you know, it then can be, oh, it's a thing that is a mystery. So even mystery seems to die. And die is dramatic, but it's when the meaning maker is gone, it's just, so it's all just one big potato, you could say. Or it's not anything, just how it is. However that is. So in a way, the mystery is no one saying, it's all just one big mystery. That's the stunning. That's the phenomenon, in a way, a phenomenon. Same. Thank you all for the potatoes. Thank you, Thierry. Death cult. Yeah. This is, yeah, clues everything. It's utterly childish, you know. It's play. Thank you, Elizabeth. Great crack. This is all a big, that looks like a a muscle, is it? I don't know. Unknowing is a good title. They got rid of the first three letters of that word. God, I'm such a child. So anyway, not even. Protecting us all anyway. I wrote potato. Ah, okay. This is all a big potato, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, put that in a t-shirt. It's all potatoes. That's the mystery solved. Woo! That's a key takeaway from today, Yasmin. Yasmin's just put potato as the answer. That's the key takeaway. If you're going to take away something from this, that is, hold that and really let that seep in. Oh, that's awful. You know, just used to hear that. Let that seep in now. You know, sit with that for a while. Would you go on? Who's going to sit with what? This is really let it marinate. Yeah, this is really spiraled down. This is exactly now my sort of meeting. Yeah. Mm. Thank you. Couch potato. A return to innocence as a potato. Yeah. In a way, it is a return to that, but you haven't returned. That innocence is always there. I think that's some of the relief for, all the adults being serious about absolutely everything, that everything is real, that all just collapses. So it is innocent, it's play, and it's not serious. It's not about anything, and there's no takeaways. This is, if it's about anything, is the sharing of this phenomenality, this suddenness, this boom.
Thank you, Frank. Can you hear me?
Thank you. I can, yeah.
You're now the shriek potato guru.
That's great. No, I'm delighted. I'm delighted that there's been a key takeaway.
Yeah.
Having worked in business, I really wanted to get the message, and I think the message is being put across very clearly that it's all potato, and that's something really. Let it marinate, as somebody Rama Prasad put. Let it marinate. Yeah. Let it soak into you. Anyway.
Good in Irish stew, potato.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Frank. We'll see you next month. Thank you, everyone.
See what happens, yeah.
We have a Zoom on Friday called Nothing Extra. If you guys want to go to nothing.fm, and Frank's podcast is on Can I Be Frank on YouTube. And this has been epic. Woohoo! I'll let you close it, Frank.
Thank you. Thank you. That's the closing. That's the introduction as well. So thank you. And I'm just going to click on finish.